So I just finished ReZero Season 1 and 2 recently, and all I can say is it is unlike anything that I've ever watched in my life. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harris. If you like these types of videos, be sure you hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you're brand new for more of these types of anime review videos and everything like that. Today's focus is strictly going to be on Season 1 of ReZero. So over the course of quarantine, I've actually been watching anime of all sorts. You know, I'm not so nitpicky or anything like that. I'll dip my toe into different types of animes. I'm pretty much more of a slice of life type of person. Shonens are, you know, okay, not my cup of tea. I heard that ReZero was good from my friends, so I thought, you know, since the last season aired over winter 2021, and now that everything is available now, you know, might as well start it, might as well watch it, and it was actually just worth it all the way. You know, I was a little bit kind of nervous heading into this because I think isekai is like very daunting at first. I think that, you know, there's another aspect which is the world building aspect that, you know, if you don't really have it and it's not really like that well executed, you're probably going to be driven away from isekai. But with regards to ReZero, you know, ReZero just throws us in with our main character Subaru, hikikomori otaku who gets transported into this sort of fantasy world filled with like demi-humans, dragons, knights, which is, you know what I mean, you know, it's a fantasy world. It's called Lagunica, and in itself, it's a huge country with, you know, real inhabitants and real world problems. Something that we see very early on is Subaru's ability in this world, which is the return by death, which is essentially where if he dies, he gets time looped back and reloaded, in a sense, back to a save slot. Just like when you're playing like RPGs and stuff. If you die, you kind of respawn back. That's essentially what happens in this world. The biggest thing that this show will take you through is the way that Subaru has to like find out and navigate his way through particular points. And we see failure like a lot. ReZero gives us a lot of failure, and it's really gruesome and shocking. And because of this, we have to see different points in the characters in the show, and we see different sides of these characters as Subaru is trying to navigate his way past these obstacles. And I think one of these things that the show does really well is seeing how these failures contribute to Subaru's character progression. Within each attempt, he learns a lesson, right? He learns a lesson not to just suck and get everyone else like close to him killed. And we really see this in the first arc in the slums, where he like isn't paying attention to the world itself and everyone around him, as well as the mansion arc, where we see him cater to the needs of the people there as he's trying to like get close to them instead of like just caring for himself. And that lesson is carried through even to the fight against the Mad Beasts, where he's able to succeed without dying by putting Rem, and Amelia over himself. It seems like it's going well as this show's progressing with first Subaru, but he gets very overconfident really fast, and he just messes up by like eventually not listening to Amelia at all during the whole royal selection arc, because he just takes her and claims herself as his waifu, and he kind of becomes really toxic and possessive, and we see him make really bad decisions due to his like anxiety and insecurity over the character Julius in the show, and the way that like this is portrayed with Subaru, like these types of feelings, is something that a lot of people who watch the show can relate to, which is really cool. The thing that I really like the most about ReZero is just that every single character is complex in its own. Emilia in the show is really intelligent, she's pure, she's awesome. Puck is an entity that can communicate with Emilia psychically, and they have like a really strong bond, you know, Puck and Emilia, and he isn't worried about killing other people if they threaten her, which is super cool to see. Ram and Rem are just insane characters as well. I think Ram is probably a little bit underrated compared to Rem because, you know, Rem does get more screen time in this season, and she gets a lot of character development, and, you know, she cements herself as like the best character ever, like as a fan favorite. You know, she's a fan favorite for this, like, for a reason, you know? Like, everyone will remember that episode 18 where, you know, that episode was probably like the best in the season. I think that that episode will cement Rem as like one of my personal favorite characters, as well as just being like the best character in the show. Beatrice is also someone who has like layers within her character. You know, she appears really cute, but deep down she's really brash and abrasive, and, you know, we see different sides of Beatrice throughout the show. Rosewall is also another character who's really ominous and mysterious, strong. You know, he can see that he can be really serious and cavalier, And, it's kind of obvious as the show's going on that he can be very sinister, and he works for, like, his types of agendas. All of these qualities really make good characters. Lastly, I really do want to touch up on the fight sequences in the show, because I think for the most part they're really entertaining and really well animated and executed, and it's good to see that each fight scene is different because each carried the weight that Subaru learns from his past experiences into something that he can overcome and achieve. And that culminates towards the end with the the Battle of the White Whale. I think that ReZero is chilling. It uses like that dark fantasy horror to outline and tell a really, really good plot, a really good story. And it's really good to see, the mystery, the horror, all of these twists and turns that leave you at the edge of your seat and having you click next episode really, really fast. And it leaves you wanting more and to see how things resolve eventually. The emotions in the show are literally unlike anything I've ever seen. I think that for the most part in season 1, the emotional scenes hit me like super hard compared to other animes that I've watched. The transformation that Subaru gets when even the villain Beetlejuice beats him to shit like a couple of times, as well as him like sticking his neck out during the White Whale battle, are just really key moments in the show that I probably will never forget. And it was just great to see him like overcome everything, despite all of the failure. And once again, Rem. I cannot stress, Rem is an amazing character. I highly recommend that you watch season 1 of ReZero. I think it's super unique as an anime, and it's just really good to see amazing world building, amazing complex characters, as well as an amazing plot. I will be back with season 2 in another video, so be sure you hit the like button, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and I will see you all in the next one.